Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're doing another full brand review. I love to sit down and film a full review of a brand start to finish, particularly when that brand is newly launched. And today we're going to be focusing on 1212 Gateway Skincare. For those of you that haven't heard of this brand, and I hadn't at all. This is a new launch from a celebrity or an influencer, Catherine Mcbroom, who is part of the Ace family here on YouTube. I have never watched any of their content. I know nothing about them, but I stumbled across this because you guys have been asking me to review this skincare line so often. So I thought, let's sit down, review it, share my thoughts, and let's break down each one of the products and work out whether any of them actually have a place in your skincare routine. A lot of people have been calling Catherine Mcbroom out online that have done a review of these products, saying it's a cash grab. It's another one of those influencer or celebrity cash grab style launches. People seem to be quite negative towards her and her family. I'm not into all of that because, do you know what? Let's let the products speak for themselves. I've never seen any of their videos. I have no opinion of them whatsoever. So this is totally unbiased. Now, obviously, if you want to share your thoughts and feelings, let's keep it to the products and leave me comments below if you've tried any of these or if you're thinking about trying them. But with all that out of the way, let's get straight on and look at some skincare. So let's start with the brand. Now, I have no idea what Catherine Mcbroom's take on skincare is. I don't know about her ethos because, like I say, I don't follow her on social media or really understand much about her and her background. However, with this brand, she has launched it alongside a scientist. I think this is so important. You can do two different things when it comes to creating your own skincare line. I'm actually going through the process myself, so I'll leave a video to that up there if you want to know a little bit more about my skincare line that I'm developing. But you get two different choices. You can either just stick your name on an existing product and call it your own. That's what a lot of celebrities have chosen to do. It's easier. You don't need to go through some of the rules and regulations and formulation process, so it's a little bit cheaper. But ultimately, it's not really your product. You're just putting your name on something and then putting it out to market. Or you can actually meet with groups of scientists and formulators and create your own products from scratch. This is what Catherine Mcbroom has chosen to do, and I think that's the more authentic way of doing it. I'm not reading people to filth that just put their name on other products. That's their call. But I do think this is the more authentic because she's actually been involved in every step of the way. So if you're a huge fan of Catherine's, then at least you know that this is something that she's created alongside a cosmetic formulator and scientist who's willing to put their name to the product, which I always think is a real bonus. When a scientist loves a product so much, they'll put their name to it. I think that shows real faith in the product. So far, so good. The whole line is cruelty-free, which you know on this channel I absolutely love. So that's a big tick in the box. Talks about a lot of the ingredients being organic. That's not something I necessarily demand in my skincare, but it's a nice to have if that's something that you're looking for. And she's removed all artificial fragrances. This is a little bit of a misnomer because there are fragranced components in a lot of these products, which we'll come on to later, but they're all naturally derived. It's the artificial fragrance that has been removed from these products. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the video. So let's get straight into it and talk about the products. First up, to start off your skincare routine, we have the GalaxSEA Cleanser. Now, I don't really know where the name comes from. The C is capitalized, implying some ocean element. I don't know where that's coming from because none of the ingredients in this are ocean related that I can see. The whole ethos behind the brand is kind of, I think 1212 is something like a gateway into healing. Also, if you believe in, the mystical powers of crystals and healing and rituals and all of that, that's not something I particularly buy into, but I'm by no means rubbishing it because if that's something that is important to you, then I think this could have an extra dimension to this skincare line. This, however, is a really well formulated cleanser. So I don't understand where the name comes from, but I certainly do understand why a lot of the ingredients are in here. So she advertises this as coconut derived. I do have a few issues with coconut derived cleansers. I can find they can be a little bit clogging for my skin. I am super oily and super prone to breakouts, but that's something unique to me. Most people will have no issue with them whatsoever, and they are super gentle. So you get some really good cleansing, but it won't leave your skin feeling stripped and dried, which I think is really good in a cleanser. It's also got aloe in here, which is fantastic at calming, soothing, and hydrating. It's got my favorite ingredient of all time, which is oatmeal. Oat is fantastic at calming inflammation, reducing redness, and just setting the skin to be calm and soothed, ready for the next steps in your routine. I think this is a really well formulated cleanser. It comes in at $26, which I'd say is on the high end of average when it comes to pricing. For celebrity skincare, that isn't break the bank, and I don't think it's a bad price point for what you're getting, but do you know what? There are cheaper cleansers out there that can do similar things. The packaging is gorgeous. I love that it's cruelty free. I love that some real thought has gone into the ingredients. One thing I'll call out is it says it's free of artificial fragrance, which it is. However, it has got fragranced components in there. So it smells absolutely divine, but if you are allergic to fragrance or have a sensitivity to fragrance components, this isn't going to be completely sensitive free. So just bear that in mind. They still patch test this before you use it. But it's a really nice foaming cleanser. It gives a light foam, nothing too severe. It won't leave you stripped, won't leave you dry. And I think will get off most of your SPF, dirt, debris, and skincare that might be on the skin. So yeah, I think a really strong start to a skincare line. Now, one thing that I noticed about this skincare line is they don't have a whole lot of serums. In fact, they haven't actually got any to launch with. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I think I've always said that I'd rather companies and brands launch with a few well put together products than a whole host of mediocre products. So I don't call it out, but there aren't any actual serums. Whether that's something that'll be added later, I don't know. We can look out for that in the future. But one of their other core components is their Sunray Beauty Oil. This has been, I think, the one that's been mentioned most on this channel, fangirled hard about on Instagram, and people have really gone mad for this. The packaging, gorgeous, Instagram worthy. I'll give Catherine her due. She clearly knows what she's doing when it comes to putting together bougie, gorgeous looking packaging and really marketing it well. And you know what? I think we should applaud people that are good at what they do. She's very clearly good at the marketing component of this because it looks gorgeous. This is a blend of like 15 different oils. Some of the claims, if you read on the website, some of the claims that are made about these oils, I think are a little bit unfounded. Doesn't mean that they're bad products and doesn't mean that they're bad ingredients within this product, but I do think sometimes we overhype the benefits that certain oils can bring. They have some of their beautiful oils blended into this. There's so many to mention. I'd leave a link to the website below if you want to check out the individual oils. But they add things like Amazonian healing oil and things like that. All of that is marketing gone. Actually, at the basis of it, this is a beautiful blend of oils. Some of the oils I would caution could be a little bit clogging for the skin if you're very acne prone and very breakout prone. So bear that in mind. If you want to use facial oil and you have acne prone skin, there are some great ones out there. I did a whole video on finding the right facial oil for you, and I'll leave a link to it up there. So check that out and choose a standalone single oil which will work beautifully with your skin. This is so hydrating, but it could be a little bit too hydrating and a little bit too clogging for people who are very acne prone and breakout prone skin. So I'll just call that out. It's fragrance free, artificial fragrance free, but again, it's got those scented oils in here, so just be a bit aware and make sure you patch test before you use it. Smells divine, hydrates to the gods, and I think is a really well put together product. If you read through the website, the science behind this is actually really robust. They talk about different long, medium and short chain fatty acids. These are all really important. We get very het up on things like amino acids and ceramides and all these sort of things in our moisturizers and our hydrators. But the actual carbon chain of these molecules matters a lot. Long chain act differently to medium chain and so on and so forth. You've got a beautiful blend in here, so it kind of takes the science out of it. You can just put this on and know that your skin will be really well hydrated. I would use this after you've put on your moisturizer to sort of seal it all in before bed. They say you can use this all day for that gorgeous glow. I think it might come across a little bit greasy rather than glowy, so I would personally use it before you go to bed, so you wake up in the morning with gorgeously fresh, hydrated and radiant skin. I think maybe using it during the day might be a bit too on the glow up side for me personally, but of course you do you if you want that level of glow. If I was to rate the first two products mentioned, that cleanser and the beauty oil, I'd probably give them both 9 out of 10. I'm a little bit skeptical. I don't like it when people say things are fragrance free when there's fragranced components in there. I think that can be a little bit misleading, particularly because a lot of people want to cut fragrance out of their skincare routine. Doesn't bother me, but I do know it's something that concerns people. So I'm knocking a mark off there because I think they could be a little bit more transparent in claiming that they actually do have some fragrance components in there and stick to the artificial fragrance free line, which is absolutely true. Then we come on to their Meadow Flower Moisturizer. This I was really surprised by. Usually most companies, celebrity and influencer-led companies, come out with a moisturizer and it's pretty basic and it's heavily scented and it's in some bougie packaging and they sell it for an absolute fortune, but it doesn't really add or do anything to your routine. So I tend to say give them a miss. This actually is the exception. This is the one 10 out of 10 ding 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 product that I will actually give a full gorgeous rating to. This one, it blends a meadow flower oil, which is a long chain fatty acid oil. It will work similar to like a ceramide to really hydrate the skin. Here as well, you've got your aloe, which is calming, soothing and hydrating. You've got shea butter, which I love. I love shea butter. The smell of it is divine, but it's one of the most hydrating butters you can find in skincare. Such a good natural ingredient and one that I love to see in skincare. Some people report that it can be a bit clogging to the skin. I am super breakout prone and I've never had an issue with shea butter, so I was really pleased to see it here. It's also got a vitamin C derivative, which I love. I'm all about the vitamin C derivatives. In fact, I celebrated them all in a video I did recently, which I'll leave a link to up there if you want to check it out and find the right one for you. But vitamin C derivatives add all the glow to your routine that you expect from a vitamin C, but none of the sensitivity, the irritation. It pairs well with peptides because it's not going to disrupt the pH of the skin. They're just such a great way forward. And I'd say, unless you are totally obsessed with pure form vitamin C, a derivative can be a really good way to get maximum benefit with minimum irritation and fuss in terms of your skincare routine. I love this. A few people are going to call out that it contains benzyl alcohol, which some people do find drying. I always say when people say, oh, the ingredients never lie, and I think actually they can if you don't see it in the overall formulation. Benzyl alcohol is used as an ingredient to make things apply nicely. It gives a more smooth and a nicer application to the product. It can be drying if it's not counteracted with loads of other hydrators. You have so many oils, hydrators, butters in here. It is not going to dry the skin. Your skin will be left more moisturized for using this product than if you never used it. So I won't worry too much about the benzyl alcohol unless you have a real sensitivity to it, in which case I would give it a miss, but for everyone else this will be absolutely fine. It is a standout product. Now, there are two other products which I'm just going to call out but aren't worth the purchase. I'd say the first three we've mentioned are definitely on the ding side. Would consider including them in your skincare routine. If you love, if you love Catherine, you love her brand and you want to buy into it, then this is a really good option. They're reasonably priced, though I do think there's cheaper alternatives to all these products out there. But if you like the hype, you want to support her and you like the look of the products, absolutely, these are all great to have in your skincare routine. Two products I wouldn't be recommending is their eye cream and their lip balm. These are overpriced and not really going to do anything beyond a traditional moisturizer. I'd say with the eye cream, forget it, and just take the Meadow Flower moisturizer up under the eye. You'll get the same results. There's nothing in there extra that I really think is worth paying for a second product from them. In terms of the lip balm, it did nothing for me. I think it's quite overpriced for what it is, and lip balms, I don't think they're always that necessary. If you've got dry lips, there's other things you can do. Leave a link to some videos I did on dry lip hacks, which I'll leave up there. So check that out if you want to know how to, not rely solely on that lip balm. I don't think this is one's adding much anyway. So those I give a firm pass to. Overall, I'd say it's actually a well-developed skincare line. You can definitely tell that a scientist has had their hands all over this because the thoughts behind the formulation are so good. They look the part, they've got that celebrity branding to them, but they actually deliver something. So many times we see these cash grab style launches. This certainly isn't one of them. I think the people that are calling Catherine Mcbroom out online for being a cash grab influencer or celebrity when she launches, I think is a bit unfair. Thought has gone into this line. Definitely well formulated, and I think it's more than just a cash grab. Now, of course, she's probably profiting for it, and well, that's her prerogative. If she's a great businesswoman, go for it. And I would say there are cheaper alternatives to all these products out there. But if you want to get your hands on a little bit of celebrity skincare, you want to support Catherine, if you like her and her brand, this is a really great way to do it. I do sense when I looked at some of the other reviews online, there could be an element of, I don't want to say jealousy, but an element of allowing your personal opinions of the family and of the individual to cloud your opinion of the products. If you strip it right back to basics, this is not a bad skincare line. Some of the claims around, the portal to healing and rituals and all of this, you have to buy into that to want to believe that. I personally don't, but that shouldn't detract from the quality of the products. 3 products out of the 5 I tried, I loved, and actually think are worth a place in your skincare routine. The other 2 are a firm pass, but that's pretty standard for most skincare lines. I'd love to know your thoughts and feelings, so leave them below. Share anything you have on the subject, leave them below. And wherever you are in the world, guys, I hope you're staying safe and well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.